Um, Aloha, Rich Halverson here. This is ITS148, and let me share my screen. Except for I don't have anything on it yet. All right, so I'm going to need one of these, and I'm going to go to La Lima, and I'm going to need 148, and I need to. Steven, do you remember? Did I make a video last time and not post it or anything like that?
No, I think you posted it, and it was really helpful. I was hoping you might help us out a little bit on assignment 3 too. I've been going through the back videos, and it's a little more clarity would assist me just speaking as a person.
Sure. So which one would you like to do? Well, I mean the project assignment 3. Yeah, like this one. This one?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Let's do this.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So in this assignment, you will implement both recursive and iterative binders. Okay, so in this part inside, okay, gotta do this. All right, so let's look at my where I am. Mine is Richard H at that one, ITS148.com. And let's go to cPanel, and let's log in, and go to File Manager, and go to it. You should have an assignments folder there already, and we're going to do assignment 3. I've already done it, so I'm going to I'm gonna change this so it's. I'm gonna rename this to let's see, rename it to works. And now I don't have an assignment 3, so I have assignment 3 folder, so I have to create a new assignment 3 folder. This is so I can just do it all from scratch. Showing you guys assignment 3, and let's see. Let me can I like put this down here and put this up here. All right, so the first thing I have to do is create new files named selection.py, bubble.py, and merge.py. Okay. Three, okay, I can do that. Let me go into it. Let me go into here. Now the idea here is that I'll have this here so I can see it. Okay. 3, create a file called selection.py and another file called bubble, right? And one called merge. Really? Doing merge already? I gotta keep up. Okay, so and in selection.py, copy the code in figure 16.2.1. I hope there is code there. Is there code there? We'll see. Let me just go to my Zybooks. This one. 16. Oh, good. 16.2.1. 16. It doesn't look like it's the right place. It doesn't. Should be in 17. 17.2. One. Okay. Excuse me while I just really quickly make that quick change here. Real quick here, just gonna put it here, here, right here, and change this to 17.2.1. That should be 17.2.1. And what should the next one be? Selection is in there. So let me just, first of all, is this what I'm gonna do? All right, I'm just gonna copy this here. Copy, and I'm gonna put it in here. And I'll come back to it, save the changes. And the next one is in 16.3.1, which is probably 17.3.1. 7, yes. Okay, so that should be 17.3.1. And is the next one 18? Let me just check to make sure. 18.2.1 merge sort, right? That's the last one. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to make this 18.2.1. And then I'm going to save this and refresh this. And now those are right. 17.2.1, 17.3.1, 18.2.1. And so let's so this is selection. Let's just quickly do the other ones. Bubble comes from this 17.3.1. Wow, is that all it is? All right, sure. Wait a minute. What language is this? This is the wrong language. Isn't there a Python version of this around someplace? Bubble sort. Well, really, there's no convert. Oh, convert the algorithm. Okay, that probably is one reason why he asked me to do this, because we got to convert some algorithm language to Python. Well, we really should do more of that. That's in the learning outcomes for this course is to be able to do that. So it's good, very good. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make it a comment. Single, enter, paste, enter, single. Okay, there we go. Now it's a nice comment. And the first thing it's going to be is def bubble sweater. Anyway, save this. And I'm just going to go and do the last thing for merge, just so I get this out of the way. Merge, you're going to 18.2.1. Let me just merge, sort, insertion, sort. Okay. Merge, sort, huh? Anyway, what is the assignment say? Let's do what the assignment says. Copy main part. Okay, so merge sort 18.2.1 is 18.2.1. Here we go. Copy this thing. Okay. Copy and put it over here. All right, I'm just going to save this now. Okay, so now they are all there, and the first thing I have to do is copy the code, and then I'm doing the first one. Indent the main part and put this here, so this thing can be imported. from this to another. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. And so this is the selection sort. We go from goes from 0 to the second to the last one, and then the inner loop goes from not the first one to but the second one all the way up to the last one, and it goes through, finds the smallest one, and then it's going to exchange it with the one. Anyway, you should read the chapter and understand how selection sort, because it's a very simple sort, and it's something you can just remember how to do in your head anytime, and that it's not all crazy and convoluted. It's you start with the first element, and then you go with the second one, and you scan to find the smallest one, and you take the smallest one and you exchange it, and then so you know that the smallest one is in the first one, and then you go to the second one and you scan for the smallest one, and you find the smallest one and you exchange it, and then you know the first two are the smallest. And so it's pretty easy to remember. Okay, so and then we're supposed to put this thing. And the reason we do this, we want to put this right here. Right here. And then we want to indent all of this. Okay, now the reason we want to do that is because we want to be able to take this file and have it be a module that we use in some other program. And the only thing we want to use out of here in some other program is this up here. We don't care anything about this down here. This is just a program that is used to this is just a program that executes, that uses this up here. But really, when we want to import this module into some other program, it is this up here that we want to use. And so what this does is this makes it so the only time this will execute, that part will execute is if this is the main program. Okay, this is the main program. So when we run this, we're running it as the main program, and then this down here executes because the name of the program is main. But if we're going to include this as a module in some other program, and we're only going to use the selection sort part, then when this module executes, it's not executing as the main program. It's just executing as some module that's going to be used in some other program. And then so this is ignored down here. This is ignored. This is all ignored because the name of the program is not the main program. It's going to be like the module name or something, which is probably selection.py. Anyway, so we've done this, and now I should be able just to, well, let's just run this. Let's just run this and see that this works. So to run it, we're going to go back to the main cPanel. We're going to scroll down and click on Terminal. So you want to open the terminal, and if you click on terminal, it's not going to open up. It's not going to open up as a new tab like the rest of these do. This does not open up as a new tab. So when I click on this, I do a right click and open the link as a new tab. So that way I can keep my cPanel there. So this is the new tab, and this thing opens up. And the first time it opens up, it's going to there's going to be a message saying, "Are you sure you know what you're doing?" or something like that. Anyway, so this thing opens up, and this is the command line, Linux command line, and right now I am up. Okay, I'm right here. This is the level I'm at right now, and I can do an ls-l, which lists all the files, and we see that there's assignments, etc., logs, mail. That's the same as what is here. Assignments, etc., logs, mail, and so on. So we want to go into assignments. This is not this one. This one, it's hard to read. It's not a good color. We want to CD assignments. Now we're in assignments, and now we do an ls-l. We see these are all our folders, and this is the one. So we want to go into that one, CD3, and ls-l, and now we see the three programs, and I'm going to try to execute selection.py. That's what I'm working on. And so to do that, I type Python 3. You have to type Python 3 because the default is Python 2. And the reason it's got Python 2 in here is because the operating system uses Python 2 to do a bunch of stuff. So Python 2 is in there. So when I install Python 3, so it's good. Anyway, so you can do in fact, you can do Python, I think -v, does this work? Oh, no. What? I'm just going to say Python 3. I want to see what version it is. Okay, it's 3.6.8. I guess 3.11 just came out and it's supposed to have all kinds of new fancy features. So I'm going to probably try to install that on this. But anyway, exit. Okay, so I'm back here, and now I'm just going to execute selection.py. So I'm going to do Python 3 space selection.py, and it should just execute like it executes if we were to run it here, I guess, or we're doing selection sort. And we're executing this program right here. And so you see at first it outputs the unsorted numbers, and then this is the array. First it loops and prints out the unsorted array for num in numbers printed out. And then we do the selection sort program, which calls this program and executes it and sorts it. And then now numbers is sorted. And so now when we loop from num in numbers, and we print it out, it comes out sorted. And that's what happened when we executed it here. Okay, so it looks like the program works. Great. Should we do the same thing for yeah, let's get them all working. Sometime or another, we're gonna have to sometime. Okay, geez. Okay, anyway, let's just keep on moving here. Okay, so let's do bubble. Add the main program of selection sort. Okay, and then I tell you to copy this over. Well, this is an interesting. I haven't done this problem for a while. All right, let's get bubble to work. Oh, here we have to convert. Okay, let's convert. All right. Def. Let me see what this looks like. I'm gonna am I gonna make it look this? All right, so let me just pop this out, and I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna pop this out, put it here. What happened to it? Maybe I should use this. Okay, I'll use this thing. Here we go. Okay, def bubble sort. I might as well just use the same kind of convention. Numbers. Okay, and then we're going to loop from 0 all the way up to the top -1. So it's the same as this over here. It's the same kind of thing. We're looping from I goes from 0 to length of numbers. Okay. In this one here, should I make this bigger? in this one, in this bubble sort program, we're passing in the size of the array. But we're in this one, we are just using the len function on this array to determine the size of it. So in this one, we aren't passing in the size of the array. We're just taking the array and then we're looking at the array and we're looking and figuring out what size it is ourselves. And that's this. This is the size of the array. And so this is the size of the array minus 1. Anyway, so it's this, and for I in range of the length, it's the same. Numbers, parentheses, minus 1. Okay. That takes care of that. And then we're going to do for j I guess we can do this. I guess we can do it this way. Range of the length of numbers minus I minus 1. Don't see why we can't do that. Okay, so you can see that this goes from 0 to the number of elements in the array minus 1. That's this. This goes from 0 to the number of the number of elements in the array, and it's confusing, but just trust me. And then minus 1. That's this minus 1. You know, really, well, and then this here goes from this range of numbers minus I minus 1 is numbers minus I minus 1 is the same thing. It's incrementing by 1 each time, so that's the default. And now we're going to do if numbers, and I think we can do this, j is greater than numbers j plus 1. If that's true, then we exchange numbers j and numbers j plus 1. So in Python, we can do numbers j, comma, numbers j plus 1 equals numbers j plus 1, comma, numbers j. Okay, you can do that in Python. Can't do that in any other language that I know of. And I think that's it. Very good. And now I'm going to, oh, by the way, we can do the same thing here too. In fact, why don't I'm going to take this here, and I'm going to put a comma, and I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy this and put an equal sign, put that there, and I'm going to put a comma, and I'm going to put this there. And I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to get rid of this. Get rid of this space here. All right, same thing. Okay, and now I think I should be able just to go like this. I'm going to copy this part, copy this, paste it over here. And instead of calling selection sort, I'm going to call bubble sort. Okay. And so now I can save this, and I can save this, and let's just, all right, okay. Let's just see if this works. And so I want to go to my this, and I can go Python. Let's make sure that selection sort still works, since I messed with it. Does. Now let's do Python 3 space bubble sort py, and it works. Same thing. Very good. So bubble sort works. You know, you really should test this more, but you know, it's like I know it works. All right, so let's so what's next? Guess we got to get merge sort working. Copy the code and indent. All right. All right, let's see what merge sort looks like. Okay. And then okay, I'll put that thing there. Let's put this let's just copy this here. Copy, put that here, and then indent this, and throw some more blank lines down here so it's not squished down the bottom like that. Okay, so unsorted for number in numbers. Okay, this loops and prints out each number, separated by spaces. Then we're going to call merge sort, and then we're going to print out the sorted numbers. All right, let's see if this works. Save. And I'm going to go, is it the same? These the same numbers? 1078, no, they are. Interesting. Okay, let's just do merge sort then. Python 3 merge py. I know this isn't, you know, one thing you mentioned, Stephen, is that when I make, you know, when I make mistakes, it's good because then you can see how I dig myself out of mistakes. And I haven't made any mistakes yet, so I don't know. Hopefully I'll make one.
Still, just the logical way to approach the problem is so helpful.
Okay, good. See, Ryan, this is how you butter up your instructors. Okay. All right, so let's so we got that working. What's next? Let's look at the thing. Okay, create a new program named compare that compares the execution times of the 3 sort programs. The program creates a random array and then times, or times like timing it, times. It sees how long the execution of the sorting program is. It begins by asking the user for the array size, then it compares the execution of the sorting algorithm to a random array. If the array is less than 100 elements, it displays it out. If the array is bigger than 100 elements, then it doesn't display out the arrays. Okay, all right. So anyway, this is the program, and it's going to be called compare.py. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I guess I'll copy it, and then I got to go back over here and go into my file manager in 3, and I'm going to make a program called compare.py and go in there. Oh, I just downloaded nothing. Okay, just click on this, open it, edit. And I'm going to paste this because I copied it before. All right, so this is my compare program. Let me just save it. We import this module from, okay, so here we're using, we're importing these modules that we created. This is going to import, you know, selection sort. Where is selection sort? This is going to import selection sort. But all it cares about is this. So when this line executes, it actually executes this file. It actually executes this Python program. That means it actually executes this whole thing, okay? And it won't do any of this because when this executes, then this is not the main program. So that means that this is ignored because this is false. This ends up being false. All right. So and when this thing executes, it is the execution of this thing that, quote, compiles this method from this module that's going to be used later. It sets it up so it can be used. It doesn't have to be used, but it sets it up so it can be used. And of course, it does end up being used, you know, down here. All right, so so I'm going to have to. Oh, okay, good. Okay, so we don't have to do anything because. Wait a minute, we are going to have to do something because merge sort. When merge sort is called for the first time, it's called using that. Merge sort is this one. That's this one. Okay. So I think we're gonna have to do something about that. But anyway, let's and then see where's compare. Okay, so selection sort's gonna be okay. Okay, so what this does is okay, let's start from up here. Okay, so it initializes, or it says it creates a new array that's got nothing in it. And then it reads from the user how big do you want this array to be? And so that gets entered in here, and that value gets stored there as size. And then what this thing does is it loops from 0 all the way up to size -1, and it appends a random integer between 1 and 1,000,000. So it finds a random integer between 1 and 1,000,000, and it appends that onto this original numbers list. So it creates this list that's got 1,000,000. No. It's got this many elements in it, and each element is a random number, and that random number can range between 1 and 1,000,000. And then it prints them out. And then it keeps the original numbers. It keeps that copy. It keeps a copy of that because each time it executes the sort, it's going to sort the array, and we want to test how fast the sort works 3 times, and we want to use exactly the same array each time because we're comparing these sort methods. So we want to make sure the array is exactly the same each time. So that's why first we create the array and we store it in this array called original numbers, and then when we execute selection sort, which is right here, we're first going to copy from original numbers. We're going to copy the entire list into a new list called numbers. And then we're going to see if numbers is the length of numbers is less than 100, and if it is, we're going to print it out just like we do in the example. And then we're gonna figure out what the start time is. You know, this is a timer, counter timer thing. That's what this was imported for. And then we're gonna execute the sort, and then we're gonna figure out the end time. So, you know, so the time is gonna be end minus start. And that's what this is, end minus start. So it's gonna print out the execution time. All right, so this should work for selection sort right now. It should just work. So let's just save this and let's run it. Python 3 compare.py and enter array size. Let's say it's 50. Okay, so it creates this unsorted array. Here it is. And then this is what the sorted array is. And it took that many seconds. Okay, isn't that clever? Let's see what happens if we do, let's do 50,000. 50,000 elements in the array. I maybe picked a number that was too big. Well, anyway, I shouldn't have picked a number so big. While that's running, let's get these other ones to work. Still running. So let's go to compare.py and let's put bubble sort in here. So I'm just gonna take this, copy, and I'm gonna paste it right in here. And I'm gonna say, did this fine? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's a here, bubble, bubble, bubble. Oops, bubble. B-U-B-B-L-E. Bubble sort. So now bubble sort is in here. That should work. I don't see anything else we need to change. By the way, how's this coming? Still running. Well, we'll get back to this. We may have to stop it if it's too long. So that's bubble sort, and let's do merge sort. Now merge is different because as we see when we call merge sort, we have to start by calling it with 0 and then the length of the number as well. You know, we can do that. Let's just do it that way. You know, let's just adapt our program to this thing. Is that what we're supposed to do? Let me see what the, oh, maybe that's not what we're supposed to do. It says, okay, I'm not sure if we have to mess around with how we does it say, it doesn't seem to say. Okay, well, let's just see what happens. So I'm going to put merge sort. What did I just do? So merge sort has got to be called like this. Yes, merge. This calls merge sort twice. So let's go back to, oh, let's just check here. Oh, okay, it's done. Look, it's done. So 50,000 elements took 84 seconds. That was over a minute. Okay, so 50,000 elements in the array took 84 seconds. Merge. So let's do. Where is it? Three. Okay, this is select. Oh, that's why I couldn't find selection before. I better close this in case I messed with it. Oh, here's compare. Okay, so that's bubble sort, and so let's do merge sort. So I'm gonna take something like this again, put it here. And oh, I gotta change this to bubble. And then I gotta change this to merge. And what I gotta do right here is gonna be merge sort. Merge sort. It's gonna look like this. So I'm just gonna copy this over. I'm just gonna put a little comment here, just help me out a little bit. And so it's gonna be merge sort numbers, comma 0, comma. Oh, it's just that. For some reason I thought it was for some reason I thought I was gonna have to do some sort of translation. I think that'll work just like that. All right. So let's see. Right. Okay. Let's see. So let's run the whole thing. And let's do it on see, we did it on 50 elements in the array. Let's do 50 again. 50. And we see that selection sort takes this amount, bubble sort takes this amount, and merge sort takes this amount. Well, let's do that. See, we just did 50. Let's do 500. So got it. Let's say enter first. 500. Okay. 500. Selection sort takes this amount, bubble sort takes this amount, and merge sort takes this amount. Okay, let's do 5,000. Selection sort takes 0.8 seconds, bubble sort takes 1.89 seconds, and merge sort only takes 0.02 seconds. Okay, that's 5,000. We saw that 50,000 was 84. Okay. We saw that 50,000 took 84 seconds for the, selection sort. Well, I'd like to see what merge sort is, and I don't want to have to wait for all these other ones. So I think maybe I'll just do a, real quick here. I'm just going to do dent. Okay, I'm just going to just comment out selection and bubble. I'm going to comment that out because I just want to run merge. I want to see how long that takes on for 50. So run it, and I'm going to no for 50. It was 50,000, right? 50,000 elements. Okay, array size 50,000. This is just merge sort now. Oh, it only took 0.319 seconds. Why? Because merge sort is O of n log n. And selection sort and bubble sort are O of n squared. So it's even possible, and it probably is probable that for very small arrays like see, we did 50. We did 50 and it was merge sort was 0.002, the same 0.0002, 0.0003, and 0.0001. So for just 50, selection sort is the fastest. For 500, for 500 elements, selection sort is the fastest, although merge sort is already faster for 500. So let's see what it is for let's just see what it is for 100. 100 is, oh, we're only doing, I want to do all three. So let me go back here. and take out these comments. Oops. And now I'll run all three of them. So let's see what 100 is like. So 100 selection stored is by far is still, ooh, it's close. At 100, selection sort and merge sort are almost the same. Bubble sort is slower. So now if we go to 200, we see that now bubble sort is faster. I'm sorry, merge sort is faster. Wait a second. Yeah, merge sort is faster. And selection sort is second and bubbles third. And then of course, the higher we go, okay, so all right, so that should let's see what the we have to do FA 22.ITS148. Okay. And so I can type mine in here. CHA 148. And it's this one, bubble selection, bubble and merge. So let's see what this does. So anyway, while that's running, just make sure that leave the programs the way they are. I think we've done everything. I think this may log in. This may log in 3 times or something. I don't know. It just takes a long time because it actually, it's like it logs into your account and then it checks to make sure that it's in the right place, and then it does some processing on your file just in case it ends up being stored in a format that can't execute, and it does a few things. Let's see. I'm gonna see where we are. So with that one taken care of, it's 218. Let's look at the next one. What's the next one? Stacks, queues, and decks. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to make some adjustments because I see these are referencing the wrong chapters. This is for a different one. Is it done? Oh, okay. Look, okay. So oh, I see. I download a program. I create a program called this, and then okay, bubble sorts correctly. My selection sorts correctly. Bubble sorts correctly. Behaves or okay. So I think what I do is I do some tests. I do some other kind of tests to make sure that your bubble sort isn't exactly the same as your selection sort. You know what I mean? Because I'm testing by putting in data and seeing if it sorts correctly. And you could try just saying, okay, I got selection sort to run. What happens if I just make bubble sort exactly the same as selection sort, but just call it bubble sort? It would pass the first test, but it wouldn't pass the second test. And I don't remember what the test is, but it's somehow I'm able to distinguish between whether you coded it in whether it's bubble sort or selection sort. Let's try this other thing where it's sort comparison. So I'm going to click on that. So why don't I go back to, where's the, what I could do is, I'm not why don't I do like 17.6 and 17.7? I could do those too, because we've got like some time left. We got some, and so these are kind of related, these two, and merge sort also. So so why don't I do these? I'm curious to see how this turns out. But so if we let's start this while this is running. Okay. So 17 lab in descending order. Let me make sure I don't see why. Books. And we're on 48, 17.6. Okay, so this is compare. So I first do this to make to take out any line feeds. Then I list it out. This is the program that I use to test. No. This is your compare program. This is your program. I just listed out here. And then I execute it and I try out some array size. Oh, I guess this is very simple. I think I executed with a known array and I know what the times are, and it should come out something like this. So anyway, that's how you get all those points. All right, we've got got a little bit of time here. Let's just see what this is. Write a program that takes an integer list as input and sorts the list into descending order using selection sort. Okay, descending order. The program should use nested loops and output the list after each iteration of the outer loop. Okay, that makes sense. Thus outputting the list n-1 times, where n is the size of the list. Okay, so all right, I'm going to try to use this replit thing that I was using before, that we all should have. Oh, is it? Let me real quick check. Well, Lima, did I put access to that?
Yes, sir. The function, it's functional, the link.
Huh?
The link through Lima is functional. I tested it.
Okay. Where is it? Is it on here someplace?
I think it's replit.com in the left margin.
Okay. Oh, this one, yeah. Okay, so that works. This works. Oh.
Oh, it worked for me last week.
Okay. It could be, well. It may work if you are doing it for the first time. Ryan, did you try this? Did you click on here? Are you able to log into?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's working for me too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go there. So I'm going to go to replit.com. And so I guess I was, I still haven't gotten this quite right yet, but I'm going to, and we're in 148. And we're going to do, okay, so I'm going to create a project, and I won't publish it until I'm either done or close to being done, because if I publish it beforehand, like if I go in there and publish it now so you can see it now, then when I make updates to it, you don't see the updates. At least that's what I figured out before. So I'm not going to publish it until the end of my thing here, and then you'll be able to go in and see everything I've done. Well, you'll be able to watch what I'm doing on the screen now, but then afterwards you'll be able to log in and actually see it. So I'm gonna do 17.6. So I'm just gonna do descending selection. That's good enough. Name here. And so the title is going to be that, and it's going to be a Python program, and it's going to be a group. No, it's not. It's just going to be a regular old project. What is this? Am I supposed to put a date there? No. Nice. Okay. So this is my main program, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to just going to start typing code, I guess. All right, so it's going to takes an integer list, and it does selection sort. So let's find, I'm going to, put this here and this here, and I'm going to take this and put it over here. And this can go here. Oh, wait, no, I didn't mean. Where's my record? No, I don't want this here. This is what I want. Okay. Anyway, this is not the right one. So we're gonna take selection sort, and we're kind of do the same thing we did last time. We're just gonna where's this? Was there a nice selection sort here? Oh, here's a nice selection sort. Copy this, copy, paste it over here. Paste. Guess this didn't copy. Control C. Okay, so this is selection sort, and this is ascending order, and we're supposed to make it in descending order, and then we're also supposed to print it out. We're supposed to print it out after each iteration. So I'm going to start by taking this, making it in descending order, print it out after each iteration. I'm going to get all that to work. And then after that, I'm going to go and do the rest of the stuff where they're supposed to read in the list and all that. So here's the list. Right now, if we run this list, if we run it, it prints it out, it sorts it in ascending order. So let's change it to descending. Let's see. So I'm going along here. I'm going along and I'm finding the smallest one. Well, instead I want to find the largest one. And I'm going to replace the one I'm going to replace with the largest one. So as I scan this list, instead of looking for the smallest one each time, I'm going to look for the largest one each time. So how do I do that? Well, I just turn this around here. Let me turn this around. Instead of less than, I'm going to make it greater than. And now I'm going to run and see if it works. Oh, look, it works. Great. Now this is kind of misleading, so I'm just going to put largest. LARG. And I'm going to make that one, make this be copy. Largest, just because it, ooh, there's a lot of them there, aren't there? I'm just doing this just so it, oh, well, I'm gonna do this too, because I like taking advantage of Python. I found this of it. All right, let's make sure this still works. Okay, there we go. Okay, now let's print it out. We're supposed to print it out like this. Okay. Well, that's just at the end of this loop. At the end of that loop, which is going to be right. Oh, it'll be right here. It'll be right after we do the final swap. It should be there. Okay. It would be print numbers. I think that's all I gotta do. Print numbers. Let's see. Run. Okay. First it's gonna find the highest one. So it's gonna find the highest one, and it's gonna put the highest one here. So it scans along and it finds 78 is the highest one. So it exchanges 10 and 78. So that's why in this first row here, the 10 and the 78 are exchanged. And then it's gonna find something to exchange the 2 with. So it goes in and finds the biggest one, and that's the 45. So it exchanges the 45 with the 2, and that's why the 2 is now here and the 45 is not here. So that's how that works. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do, what is this other thing? 20, 10, 30, 40. Okay, let me see. I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to run this. And is this what this looks like now? Let me see. Because I don't think that's quite right. 40, 10, 30, 20. Oh, yeah, it is right. There it is. Yes, that's exactly right. Okay, so I don't have to have this line, and I don't have to have this line. All I have to do is have these 3 lines. Is that right? So let me make this a comment. Oh, I don't have to do anything. I just take this out. So I'm going to comment it all out so I don't delete it. Just going to comment this all out. And I'm going to comment this out. And now when I run it, there you go. But we have to put in the part where we read in the array. Okay, so instead of just defining the array like this, we have to read in numbers. So to do that, let's do num line equals input, and let's not bother with a prompt because they don't like us. They don't like to. Well, I'm gonna put a prompt in there. List of numbers, and you're not going to have this when you submit it. So num line is going to be a list of numbers, and then we want to split num line into. I guess I could use the. Are we there? Yeah, this is 148. So can I do numbers equals int of num I can't. I have to cheat. Something like this. Cheating. I'm gonna just paste this right here. So enter numbers, and then it's split. Okay, so this is num line. So I split num line. So this is going to be a list of numbers split into an array, but they're still going to be characters. They're still going to be strings or strings. So we have to convert them into integers, and that's what this does. That's what this int does. And so this. So anyway, let's see if this works. This is nothing. All right, run. Now it's asking me a list of numbers, and let's do what is it? 20 space 10 space 30 space 40. Okay, let's do something more interesting. Let's do oops. No, I pressed this. Okay. Here. Okay, so yeah, I want to do. Oops. We are doing this one, and so the other one is 783. Okay, let's try 783. Run. 783. Okay, great. 87. Oh, really? Is that what it is? Let's see. Yeah, it is. All right. So anyway, that looks like it's the answer to that one. So let me so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish project. See what that does. Publish project. Publish. Save. All right, project is updated. And now if I log into my Replit using my other account, replit.com, in my my Halverson Rich account, set in my Rich Halverson account. So I go in here in my other Replit account, and I go to Teams, and I look for ITS148 Fall 2022, and descending selection sort. Is that the one I just did? Looks like it. Click on there, and now you can actually now you can run it. Look at that. 50, 32, 6, 76, 8, 39, whatever, and it does that. Descending order. All right, what time is it? It's 2:39. Let's see what the next real quick. Oops. Too many things going on. Oh, that's all right. Okay. Okay. All right. The next one is we're just supposed to read in integers, output the numbers list, perform the insertion sort, and output the names list again. And we're supposed to output the It's 240. 240. Should I do this one real quick? All right. Why don't we call it quits today? Okay. And so I'll see you next week. This business where you give me suggestions is great. There's a lot of these are in previous videos, but so if you can usually find it there, but of course, so it's always useful to go through them again for the first time. And to be honest with you, sometimes those old videos, it's like I'm doing these problems for the first time, and it's like I'm not sure what's going on, and sometimes I might say some confusing things. So anyway, all right. So I will see you guys next week.
Yeah, thank you.
For being a good shepherd.